We're live. So this is gonna be my first episode right now. My first episode. All right, this is how I came to this conclusion to make this first episode of what is to be a series of many other episodes for all of my uh, followers around the world. So sometimes I talk to people and they don't really understand what I'm saying. What I mean is, a lot of people are on a certain mental wavelength where they're just focused on going to work and what's going on maybe the sports and stuff like that, but they don't really know what's going on in the world. Maybe they'll hear the news and they'll hear what the news has to say about something, and then they'll just follow that point of view. So, so with that said, I'm going to talk about the stock market, and I'm going to give you guys some stock advice. Not so much stock advice, but just what I think are going to be some of the best long-term investments in the stock market. I have some companies that I've been looking at. I have two companies that I've been looking at for over a year now. And over a year ago, I kind of taught myself the stock market. I took some money and I invested in the stock market. It wasn't a lot of money, but I forced myself to learn with real money. Like, it wasn't no fantasy app. It was real money, and I was learning in real time. I started out with some cannabis stocks. I made some money. I lost some money. Then I started looking at other industries, and I did pretty good. And I did a lot of research, a lot of research. So with that said, I'm gonna give you guys. I want to say three companies, but the third company I'm gonna just say it off the top of my head. But I have two companies that I've really been studying that I feel are gonna be some of the greatest long-term investments that anyone can make right now. The first one that I want to let the world know about, that I've been analyzing, that I feel is going to be one of the greatest stocks, well, is a great stock right now to invest in, is Snapchat. Snapchat. Snapchat, I feel is going to be one of the, I don't know if it's going to take out Facebook eventually, but it's going to be huge eventually. Why do I say that? I say that because, well, first and foremost, I invested in the company early 2019, around January or even late 2018. And when I invested in that company, it was at around $3. I bought some stocks, bought some shares, and then I sold them. I made a little bit of money, but I was always watching that stock. And I sold it maybe a month after, but between January and around maybe May, June, the stock went from $3 to about $10, $11. Okay? Since the summer, now it's at around 14, 15, maybe even 16. I think it went up higher than that, but it's at around 15 right now, 16 maybe. I feel like that stock is going to be a huge stock because I remember when MySpace was around. And I remember how everybody was using MySpace. I remember how nothing was better than MySpace. And from one day to another, MySpace was gone. Now we have Facebook. And it's a new world. Facebook has been around for a lot of years, and Facebook is strong. Facebook has Instagram. Facebook has WhatsApp. Facebook is really strong. But I'm just watching all the young people in my neighborhood, and I follow trends, and look at the I look at the world. I look what's around me. All of the kids are on Snapchat. Kids don't really deal with Facebook. Like, I mean, I don't want to say they don't deal with Facebook and they don't deal with Instagram, because they do. But Snapchat is what the new generation is going to be dealing with. So I feel like that's going to be one of the great companies to invest in. Snapchat. I feel like right now it's a good time to invest in it. Also, they started going up when they had the filters. When they started coming out with the face filters that everybody was using, where people were using the filters to go put their face old. They were, some of the, at first it was from man to woman. The filters were crazy. Well, those filters they're using are, they're gonna get better and better. And I feel like Snapchat is one of the great companies that is gonna continue getting growing and growing. So that's the first company that I recommend. The second company that I recommend is Tesla. Tesla. The reason why I recommend Tesla as a long-term investment is because I am realizing that Tesla is about to change the whole world. Tesla reminds me of the Apple phone when it first came out. I remember we all had flip phones. We had, everybody had the little Nokia phones, little Blackberries, or all those different phones that everybody had. And we thought those were the best phones ever. Until the smartphones came out. And smartphones were led by Apple. And then the Galaxies and all the other ones came out. And other companies, but Apple changed the game. And I feel like Tesla is doing the same thing. As I look at Tesla and as I see people starting to drive Teslas more and more, whenever I see a Tesla on the street, I have to stop and look at it. It's something special. It's the same way when I first saw the smartphones, when I first started seeing people with the Apple phones. I didn't understand it. I was like, what is this? But then eventually now you see everybody with an Apple phone. The Teslas, eventually everybody's going to have a Tesla. I'm telling you right now, everybody's going to have a Tesla. Everybody's going to eventually realize that the whole gasoline is not the deal, and the battery-powered car is going to get better and better. Elon Musk is really working on the company. They're really investing a lot into the company, especially into the battery power, the batteries. Tesla, with those cars, everybody's going to have a Tesla. If you don't have a Tesla, it's going to become like this. If you don't have a Tesla, you're not going to be cool. And you're going to seem out of place if you don't have a Tesla. So Tesla also, another thing that Tesla is developing, or they developed and they're selling it already in a major way, is a Tesla roof. Those Tesla roofs are going to take over the game, or they're going to change the game in a major way with the solar roofs. And those solar roofs are going to be huge. They're going to be the main thing in construction. That's going to be huge right there. It's going to change the world. There's a company that's changing the world. So if you invest in Tesla right now, I predict that in the next 10 years, you're going to remember me. You're going to remember this video that I'm talking about, and you're going to and your money's going to really grow with that company. I was going to add a third company, but honestly, those are the two real strong companies that I've been looking at for the last year of 2019, going into 2020 very soon. And like I said, this is the first video of many other videos to come. I decided to do this video because a lot of people, you can't talk to everybody like, I don't want to say layman people, but people sometimes are just dealing with just other things. They don't really know what's going on. But I want to just reach out to the whole entire world and let them know what I see and the trends that I see, because I know there's people out there who really appreciate this information. So if you appreciate this information, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my channel, give me a like, spread the word, and I will be back with more videos. And any questions that you have, put them in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this video, right? So remember, everybody, Snapchat and Tesla. Let's go make some money with that. See you guys next video. Peace.